and welcome to our Year 6 Parent Information presentation. My name is Miss Wally, Miss Alice Wally. I am Assistant Head Teacher. I have responsibility for Year 7 and the Year 6 transition. I am joined by Mr Fairclough, who is the Year 7 Achievement Coordinator, who works with the girls day in, day out, along with myself, to look after the girls. Now, please bear with us. This is the first time we've had to do a virtual presentation, so we're a little bit out of our comfort zone, but hopefully we'll get a message across to you that is clear and understandable, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. So, first of all, I'm going to introduce some of the key aspects about our pastoral team. We have a structure within school that ensures that we cover all issues to do the pastoral care of the girls, and we're a really resourceful team. We work very well together, and we're quite proud of it. At the head of the pastoral team is our deputy head teacher, Miss Darlington. She has overall responsibility. Within the Year 7 team, there's myself, assistant head teacher, as I said, with responsibility of Year 7 and other things. We then have Mr Fairclough, and then we have a team of form tutors who will have day-to-day care of your daughters. That structure is similar throughout each year group as the girls progress through the year. As part of our pastoral team, we are really proud of the fact that we have our own school nurse within school who's here every single day. She obviously looks after the girls from a first aid point of view, but she also helps us deal and care for the girls with other issues such as mental health issues, liaising with local medical agencies. She also runs meetings and things like that. So an amazing lady, Mr Sarah Zepper, and she will be hopefully doing a little presentation for you in the coming days and weeks. We then have our Senko, Miss Nikki Abson, who's responsible for our additional needs. She works very closely with Miss Hayley Lester, who's the assistant Senko, and obviously some of you may have already heard of Miss Carol Smith, who is a wonderful lady who does everything related to the paperwork and administration of the transition. What will we be discussing? Okay, so we're going to try and share with you as much information as we possibly can about the transition over the next few months, which, as you are fully aware, is not the normal process. We'll give you some information about uniform, equipment, contact information, how you're going to contact school over the next few months, some key dates, and then discussing the Bushcraft trips next term. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Mr Fairclough. No, I'm not. Is that me?
I can do that one.
You can do that
yeah.
one. Sorry.
That's alright.
See what I mean? We're not experts, we're just going along with it.
Transition. So there will be no transition days, including the summer school as well. Primary school visits in person by staff from here or using a virtual platform is what we intend to do. It will be dependent on the primary school policy with regards to visits from external staff like ourselves, and those visits will be taking place between the 8th of June and the 16th of June. Virtual visits will involve the students via video platform in their classroom setting with question and answer sheets and a class teacher present as well. There can be no virtual meeting in a home setting.
Can I just add there that it's with a huge heavy heart that we are making the decision that during this term we will be having no actual transition visits within school. It's been taken not lightly, but in the circumstances that we're in, and the safeguarding of your students and staff, your daughters, sorry, it's with a heavy heart that we have to make this decision. But please, we will be putting lots of things in place, which we'll see a little later. So it's broken our hearts that we cannot do it, so we do apologise, and hopefully the girls will get as much as they can over the next few weeks from us. Okay. Transition activities. Right, so What we will be doing is that we will be sending out lots of resources to the girls to do in their primary setting. If they're not going to be in their primary setting, these are activities that they can do at home, because at the moment we're unaware of what year 60s are going to be going back to school, and you know the ins and outs of that. So everything that we produce can be done in the school setting or at home in their home setting. Okay, we will be providing subject books or booklets. In this booklet there's going to be tasks and activities from every single subject in school. They will relate and be very similar to the activities that they would have done during the transition week. Okay, obviously they're tweaked a little bit so that they can do them in their own settings. They're going to be fun activities, getting them into some of the things that they will be doing in September. Okay. We will also be doing, or presenting or providing you with, the girls with, a Smart Moves book. It's an amazing resource, and it builds upon resilience and dealing with situations when they're moving up from primary to secondary, how to deal with how to use support networks, how to plan to go and do the bush trip or making new friends. It's a wonderful resource, and we purchase those and provide them for every single student that's going to be joining us in September. So that's that one.
Just to jump in there, Miss Wally, this is something that we've been doing for a couple of years now, and I agree it's something that the students get a lot out of, so I'm really glad that we're still using this year.
Yeah, and for those in the school setting, the primary school teachers have a teacher booklet and they will deliver them with the girls, and also the boys will be receiving them. So in the settings they're not being isolated in the fact that the boys and girls can do it together. But in a home setting, they're just as easy to use individually as well. We will be providing, again, each student with a welcome booklet. The welcome booklet contains lots of information about what's going on in school, teachers, homework, our anti-bullying policy, lots of nitty-gritty information about the day-to-day running of the school. It looks at a map of the school as well. That the girls can use and have a look at. These booklets will be used when we do some of the virtual talks or visits to the primary settings, and we go through this booklet and we'll discuss it with them, as well as doing a virtual presentation at some point as well. So they'll all get one of those. And I love this one. We will be providing them with a mission transition moving on up personal portfolio, I like to call it. The girls will write in there information about themselves, what they're proud of. They can stick a photograph on there, their hobbies, their interests, and what they do, they will bring that up to us when they start in September, share it with their friends, share it with their form tutors, and it gives us a little bit of an insight into the girls themselves when they start. So it gives us a little bit of a background information, and it's a lovely thing to do as well. And that's the All About Me booklet. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Fairclough, I think, at this point.
So how will your daughter receive these resources? So we are going to be delivering the resources to the primary schools, who will in turn will start to distribute them out to the students. Where there are only a small number of students from a particular primary school, we'll post them to home addresses. All primary schools will be informed of the resources and tasks to ensure that they can support the students the best they can. And in September, the girls will bring all of their transition resources with them to school to share with their brand new teachers when they come to us in September.
Okay, as well as that, we are obviously very conscious that the girls during transition week will have been exposed to the surroundings in school, example lessons, how to line up for lunch and things like that. So what we're going to do over the next few weeks and months is we're going to provide videos of various activities. I've already asked the staff if they would like to volunteer to do example lessons, and they're very, very keen to be doing that. So we're going to be posting or sending you some example lessons that the girls can take part in. enjoy watching. I know that the PE department, of which I'm a member, we're doing a guided tour of the PE department, and I think they're putting together, which I'm not that happy about, a TikTok dance. So we're going to be doing lots of different things like that to try and engage the girls and show them a little bit about us as teachers and the surrounding area. So the videos will be about how to line up for their lunch and dinners, and the fire drill, where do we line up, of which we will also go through in September again as well. We're hoping, but we don't know if we're 100% certain, we'll be doing some welcome videos from form tutors if and when we can, and obviously there's this presentation, and what we're quite proud of as well, what we normally do is a workshop for parents of girls who are extremely nervous about coming up to secondary school. So we're going to be, again, posting that one by a video link so that people don't miss out on that, which is an extremely useful resource as well to help you look after your daughters during transition. Okay, so we're not sure how it's going to start in September. We're planning it at the moment because it will have a knock-on effect to our school calendar, and also we're obviously going to be dictated to by the situation that we're in at the moment. Yeah. We are hoping and we are envisaging a phased return. So the first week in September, the girls will follow virtually exactly what they would do during transition week. Settling into their form, doing activities in their forms, and then slowly but surely following the school timetable once they're settled and happy. We're in the middle of planning that, but that is how we envisage the stage or the start to their new academic year. Transport.
So, transport. School buses, we are waiting for clarification in terms of what that will look like in September. Travel information will be sent out. If social distancing is something that we're still operating, we will make sure that those restrictions are abided when we are planning the transport for the students.
And that's the same as if they come into school as well. Obviously, as you'll experience in the primary setting, if it's still required, all of that will be in place as well. Okay, the biggie, purchasing uniform. Okay, so under these circumstances, it has changed slightly, and you're going to be able to purchase the PE kit and the school uniform from our school shop. What we're asking from you is that you can make an appointment by calling school and making an actual appointment, and you can visit the shop to size up the uniform, because obviously if you purchase it online you can't obviously get the right size. So it's a sizing event, and at that point then you can purchase some items. If they've not got the stock, then we order them and the girls will collect them hopefully before September. We're being a bit restricted because our suppliers are obviously in the same situation as we are with regard to staffing and opening times and social distancing, so the suppliers are running a little bit behind, but they've assured us that our uniforms will be available from August, but we can do sizing appointments over the next half term, beginning over after half term. So if you can hang fire till after half term, and we will post a date when you can start to make appointments to purchase the uniform. So if you just bear with us with that while we set all of that up. As I said, you can also purchase uniform online, and that you can look at the moment on the website. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So the following items are available to purchase from the school's uniform shop. So we have the skirt, the blazer as well, trousers and a tie. The following items are available from any retailer: a white collared shirt, black long socks or tights, and charcoal dark grey fine knit v-necked jumper. It's not compulsory for the students to wear the jumpers, it is purely optional, it's up to them.
Okay, just the nitty-gritty about what's not allowed and what's not allowed, just to clarify it, because I know it does cause some confusion.
We get a lot of questions.
So it's here and it's on video, so we can't go wrong. Okay, skirt length. it is correct that we do ask for the skirt to be the correct length, which is level with the top of the knee. So when you come to a sizing event, the members of staff will ensure that you purchase a skirt that is the correct length. So yes, there's that point. We've discussed purchasing the new uniform. The uniform shop is located on the school site, just to clarify that, and you would, in these times, you would come in through main reception, and we'll direct you to the school shop. Again, the link on the website. PE kit, again, is purchased from the school shop. And now we'll come to the bits about the makeup and nail varnish. Makeup is totally discouraged. However, they can wear a little bit as long as we can't see it. So it's natural looking makeup. In fact, a lot of the girls don't wear makeup, and you know, there's no peer pressure to wear the makeup, but we do allow a little bit of makeup that, you know, that's a natural look. So no mascara really, etc, etc. So it's just a very natural look, and as I said, not many girls, if any, wear makeup, especially in the lower years.
Yeah.
Nail varnish is totally not allowed, okay, as well as acrylic nails, and nails that are obviously too long to be for health and safety reasons in school and PE lessons, etc. So no nail varnish or acrylic nails at all. Jewellery, the biggie that we always get asked is earrings. They can wear earrings as long as it's one earring in each earlobe, okay, and they cannot be any bigger than a 5p piece. So obviously they need to be sensible, appropriate earrings, no bigger than a 5p. Bracelets, we don't allow bracelets, however they can wear charity bands if they wish, but not too many obviously, and obviously they can wear a watch. And necklaces also are not allowed for health and safety reasons in science and dance and PE, etc. The biggie, do you want to talk about mobile phones?
Mobile phones. So we get asked a lot about mobile phones. They're not allowed to be switched on in school. So what we ask is, we appreciate that there might be a commute or a walk to school, that they might need their phone, but when they are in school, when they walk through the school doors, the phones are switched off and they remain at the bottom of their bags. And then when they leave school again at the end of the day, they're then able to switch them back on.
And can I add at that point that we don't take any responsibility for valuable items such as mobile phones. The girls are totally responsible for their own valuables. Okay, so they need to take care of them and look after them. I mentioned PE kit. Again, it's available from the school shop. If I just stress, the compulsory items for PE are the PE top. So we need to have the correct PE top, the PE leggings, so they're the only two essential items that they need to purchase. The optional ones that some of the girls do purchase are the PE shorts, the PE skirt, and PE jumper, a zip-up top, but they are optional if you wish your daughter to have them. Equipment. Now, what the girls will require is a calculator, a geometry set, and French or Spanish dictionaries. Now, there's a bit of an error on this page. I thought I'd amended it, but the calculator and geometry set we no longer supply. So we ask you to purchase those from whatever retailer you wish to. Now the maths department have requested that they purchase a particular calculator, and it's a Casio FX. And that's the only thing I can remember at the moment. So what I will do is I will amend this and place this presentation will be also placed on the website. So when I place this presentation on there, it will say which one is the correct calculator. But they do ask that you could collect a certain type of calculator. We do provide the Spanish dictionary, so the MFL department will be allowing you to purchase those from them. Okay. Now, form allocation. Myself and Mr. Fairclough have already received quite a lot of emails regarding form allocation. When we allocate the forms, there's lots of things that we consider, and that is we are guided, a huge amount we're guided by our primary colleagues, because they know your daughters a lot better than we do. So they consider friendship groups, learning dynamics, and all those pastoral concerns, as well as academic. And what we don't take is requests from parents to be placed with certain friends. Yes, you can, by all means let us know, but we do not use that as a factor when we allocate forms. Our form tutors, our primary colleagues help us with that.
Massively.
Yeah, and what I will stress is if your daughters are coming from a small school where there's only 2 of them, if the primary colleague suggests that they stay together, we will definitely do that if there's 2 or 3. If you're coming on your own from a primary school setting, then we will try our best to try and put you with someone who lives in your area, or you can tell us someone that you know from maybe a dance class or horse riding or an external club. So we try our best to try and do that. So in those instances, we do ask you to let us know if your daughter's coming on her own from a primary setting. When we banding students, Mr. Fairclough is going to discuss.
So students are banded in the following subjects. So they are banded in maths, science, MFL and ICT. English, geography, history and religious studies are all mixed ability subjects. Technology groups? Technology groups are slightly smaller and they are again mixed between forms, say half of one form and half of another, just to get the allocated, because there's only so many in each class are allowed. And then all other subjects like PE, like dance, drama, music for example, they are in forms for those lessons. SEN. So we have obviously a SENCO and a very caring, nurturing SENCO department. My colleague Miss Abson and our colleague, Miss Abson and Miss Lester are currently and have already over months and months been speaking to primary colleagues and collecting as much information as possible about your daughters who may have additional needs. And we are doing our very best to make sure the transition for those girls is obviously as thorough as it can be, with all the information and requirements in place. All of the information that's required has been passed already to Mrs. Abson. If you feel that your daughter may have an additional need that hasn't necessarily been diagnosed in primary school, please allow us time in September to do our assessments. If there are any needs, I can assure you that it will be picked up and it will be supported. And we spend a lot of time with the girls and subject teachers, getting to know the girls and assessing them through various tasks as the term progresses. So please allow us that time to do those kind of assessments if you have any concerns, and we will contact you as and when appropriate. If you have any other questions, you can contact Miss Abson via email. Under these circumstances, it's very difficult to contact her by phone. So it's nabson@sandhigh.cheshire.sch.uk. Again, it's on the school website. How to make contact with school. So all information, like Miss Wally has just said, is going to be on the school website. But you can call the main office and ask for finance. So if you have an inquiry about a trip or parent pay logins, passwords, all of that will be issued in July. Admission inquiries, like Miss Wally has mentioned, is Miss Smith, Miss Carol Smith. Uniform, Mrs. Helen Hulse is the person who we'd encourage you to contact if you have any concerns or questions. We've mentioned Mrs. Abson for any additional needs, queries. Form tutors are people that you can contact throughout your daughter's education in high school. Any concerns, any questions, you can ask the form tutor, and if they don't know the answer, they will make sure that they ask the right person to provide an answer for you. Yeah, again, stress. Form tutors are with your daughters for 5 years, so they will know them better than anyone else in school. And we do stress or encourage you to contact them in the first instance if you have a pastoral concern regarding your daughter. So that's the best way to get some answers in the first instance. Okay, so we move on to the Tromley Bushcraft. Unfortunately, again and sadly under these circumstances,
we have got to cancel the Bushcraft residential. So we will be unable to do the 3-day trip. However, we are currently trying to negotiate and plan with Bushcraft a series of day trips with the girls go on and take part in the activities, etc., etc. But that will be moved hopefully to the back end of the first term or first half term. If we, and that's to be confirmed. But that is our hope and our wish to be able to do that, so they do experience Bushcraft as much as possible and as many of the activities as possible. But we will keep you posted on that as and when we get more information. But we are fingers crossed hoping that we will be able to do the day trips. Okay. Right. Finally, before we finish, there are lots of ways parents can become engaged with school. And we have quite a large parental engagement programme in school. We have lots of Twitter accounts, as you can see. I may not be able to read, but a lot of the departments have their own Twitter account, which you can actually explore if you want to, if you're on Twitter. And most of them begin with Sand High or Sandbach High, and then you put the subject at the end. We have a huge following on Instagram, and we have a Sandbach High Year 7 Instagram account, which you can join if you wish to and follow some of the activities we're currently doing. We also have a Sand High Parental Engagement Twitter account. Again, feel free to follow that if you wish at the moment. We also are quite proud of the fact that with our parent council, we have a really strong Facebook account where the parent council monitor that and sort of police it, if you like. It's a really useful way of sharing and looking for information, and the parents post things on there on our behalf, and they ask us any questions that may have arisen on the Facebook page. We have already established a Facebook page for current Year 6, and it's Sandbach High Starters 2020. So if you're on Facebook, it's a useful resource to have a look at and follow. But as I say, it is monitored very carefully and strictly by our parent council. Okay. So we've come to the end of this very strange parent information evening, and again, hopefully we've not done a bad job. We're not the most confident in people doing a video. We have been quite nervous, so hopefully we've done it justice. If you have any questions or concerns, just email school at office admin.
Yep.
Am I right in saying?
Yep.
Office admin at Sandbach High or Sand High, and we will answer any further questions you may have. Please keep an eye out on your emails and the website for further information as and when we can confirm activities and when we send out resources, etc., etc. But for now, should we do thank you from me?
Yeah, thank you from me very much. We hope we've answered some questions. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you very much.